Good morning, brothers and sisters. Doug White down here in Alabama. Peace and love to everybody that is tuned in to my little channel. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whoever's listening. But anyway, all the names have been changed, not changed, but eliminated to protect the innocent. And also the sequence of events is not in any order when I'm talking about things here on YouTube. But I sure do welcome everybody this morning. I hadn't had my coffee, so this little video will be a little sluggish and uh, you know, I sure appreciate a Hope Springs Eternal subscribe to my channel. I think that's a beautiful name for a channel, Hope Springs Eternal. What a nice name. But anyway, welcome Hope Springs Eternal. I don't advertise and tell people to. I don't have any. I'm not monetized or whatever they call it. Don't hardly know how to cut my little phone on. But Hope Springs Eternal, welcome. And let's see. But anybody's welcome. The way mine gets around, and I don't beg for subscribers. I don't even know how to do it myself. So, but the way my little channel gets around is just word of mouth and a divine providence. God sends people with just word of mouth, and that's the way it goes. Down here. But welcome. Anybody that wants to join in, talk, that's fine with me. Some people get angry with me. Well, not angry. Some people get a little disturbed with me because they think I'm a little too kind to my adversaries on here. And, but some of these adversaries, I got kids their age or older than them, and they believe all kind of ways, and I love them. I don't believe what what I'm trying to say is that after some people might subscribe, and after they go over my videos, I got about 200 of them. If somebody wants to see how I believe, they can go back there and go through some of my videos. Go to here's one. Go to the Great Tribulation is in our past. Doug White, Flat Earth. You might want to unsubscribe after you go through that one. But anyway, this is a sovereign grace believer, and I mean sovereign grace. I try to lower the rhetoric when I talk. Sometimes I might go over the line a little bit, but I try to be nice to people when they disagree with me, because I've been down the road. I believed all kind of crazy things, and right now there's probably some things that I don't know yet. I'll show you great and mighty things you know it's not. I didn't know the earth was flat most of my life, so I don't get. I try not to lose my cool on this channel. I try to be nice to folks, even when they disagree. I appreciate that. Mr. Dustin, he's kind of lowered his rhetoric a little bit with me, and I appreciate that. We found a few things we agree on. We agree on the flat Earth and the Auburn football. The football in the South has become a god. I agree 100% on that. So I'm trying to meet people, where they're at, because I've been goofed up a lot of times in my life, and I to tell you the truth, in some of my videos, I just used the word doublespeak, but in the back of my mind, I was thinking forked tongue. I wanted to use that, but I just put it in the comments. So I didn't put it up. I put it on the screen now, but no. And they've lowered their rhetoric from lying through the teeth He said that I was lying through my teeth. He lowered that a little bit to like I just talked wrong or something like that. So no, I don't believe in. I got kids probably way older than uh, some of the people that can comment on here that are my adversaries, and I don't try to be nice to them. So that's the reason I'm nice to them, and I've been there myself. But my son told me, he said he wanted me to start talking about my life. I don't want to do it. I think it's kind of vain, but uh, I'm gonna start dropping little things in here that happened in my life just to keep it interesting to people that are watching. When you start reading off Bible verses in school and everybody about everything, and I call it dueling Bible verses. you People get turned off to that, and so I just when the Bible verse comes to my mind, I just say it, and they go back. I can go back on these little phones you got nowadays, and you can find it just like this. 2 or 3 words out of a Bible verse will show you exactly where it's at over there when you Google it. So that's the way I do it. But I suggest anybody that has subscribed to my channel, don't know what it means, don't know how you do it, but go back and look at my catalog, and when you hadn't got anything to do, and you'll see how this old boy down here in Alabama rolls. Anyway, uh, just wanted to talk a little today. The time gets by real fast on this little excuse me, on this little 15 minutes. I hadn't learned how to go any further than that yet. I'll get my kids to show me how to do all that later on. But I appreciate all my people that are in the comments. They're real nice and everything. I appreciate all the support I get. And like I say, there's some adversaries out there. We're not wrestling against flesh and blood, brothers and sisters. It's I guess there's this about knowledge. I said this. I have a video out there where it says a poem. It says all your knowledge can vanish away, brothers and sisters. So I just wanted to tell you this little story. All of your knowledge can vanish away. But if you read over there where it says knowledge can vanish away, knowledge can vanish away. Everything you've learned, God is a God over over everything, and your knowledge that you think you know right now can vanish away, brothers and sisters. I just tell you like it is. I had this. This is one of those stories in my life. I don't name names and the sequence of events, but I had this fellow that I looked up to in town here. He was the most brilliant Bible scholar. Of course, he didn't believe in at least he preached the way that this free will doctrine. But at the time I didn't know anything. I didn't know any better either. He preached the free will doctrine that man has a free will, can make decisions and stuff like that. He was in town here, but boy, everybody looked up to him, dressed to the T. I mean, and I just looked up to him. I thought he was the wisest man in the world, And he preached all over our little area right here, and I liked him. I liked him, up to the day he died. But all of his knowledge vanished away before he left this world. A long time before he left this world. And he was chasing his wife around the house, and he went mad. Here this man had knowledge like he knew it all. Of course, he didn't. He knew all the study knowledge and studied his Bible. He knew all that. He could bring up Bible verses and stuff. But apparently, he hadn't been blessed to see the doctrine of sovereign grace. Apparently, I don't know if it happened or not. But he knows about it now. That God is sovereign over everything, brothers and sisters. But anyway, I've seen it happen over and over. Wise men, and they lose their soul. I don't believe that's talking about losing it eternally. I believe when you lose your soul, you lose your mind. I believe the soul of man, this is just what I believe. Y'all can get on there and correct me if you want to. But this is the way I'm seeing it right now. What will it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his own soul? In my view, that particular scripture is speaking toward the soul of man, which is right between these two ears right here. The soul of man, what he thinks, what he knows, knowledge. And what if you lose all that? What if you gain the whole world and lose your soul? So we should put a guard over our thinking and be particular about what we think. And I'll just tell you, because you will lose, you will lose your mind. I shouldn't say this because I know somebody's going to say, I think you lost you will lose your mind. You will lose your soul in this present evil world, because there's all kind of voices out there in high places, spiritual wickedness in high places, trying to get through to the mind of man, trying to get through to the mind of man. And it's by the grace of God and his Holy Spirit that you learn to hear his voice. My sheep hear his voice. And that's what we need to hear, the spirit of man. I believe the spirit of man, when a man has a gentle spirit, his heart, that's his nature. But I believe the soul of man is what is his intellect, what he knows. What would it probably, and what I see going around is a battle for the mind in America, a battle for the mind. If you win the mind, what they want to do is to get God's people to turn against God's people. They did it in the Civil War. That was accomplished. God's people turned against God's people, brother killing brother. But that's what I had on my mind this morning. What would it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his own soul? So a lot of people are gaining the whole world, but they're losing their minds. They're losing the battle for the mind, because spiritual wickedness in high places is programming us with television, everything up under the sun. And that's how God's people end up stoning Stephen. God's own people stoned Stephen. Because if you look up there, Stephen was praying for him as they were stoning him. But that's all I had. That's all I had time for in this little 15 minutes. Sooner or later, I got to learn how to make this thing go longer. But I'll have to check with my kids, my young'uns. But this I guess will be my first little video for today. Maybe I can say something later on that will help somebody. I hope I said something today that helped somebody. But didn't have long enough to say it. When I started out, I couldn't fill up 2 minutes. Now I can't get it all said in 15 minutes. But I'll go back to that video and go back in my catalog, and you'll see. What's that last one I said? I said the great tribulation is in our past. Doug White, Flat Earth. And start there, and maybe that'll you might want to unsubscribe when you see that. But anyway, welcome everybody. Peace and love from this old boy down here in Alabama.